Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's time for Monday Night Football on
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1970.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Lions put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. On first down, Beverly. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to extend their lead.
I know there are a bunch of people that actually hate this route. They don't think it's successful very often. But if you get a little bit of space and you throw it in the right spot, you can see the end result. We just saw a touchdown.
Yeah, we did. Who's it usually tougher for? Obviously, that was a great catch. Is it tougher on the passer or on the receiver there on the fade?
I think it's tougher on the passer to put it in the right spot and give the receiver an opportunity. The receiver just usually goes and finds the football.
He did there and got a touchdown out of it. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's got 2 touchdown passes on his first 2 drives, and he'll try again here on drive 3. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
To throw on 2nd down, Beverly. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in down from the 20, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
Oftentimes you see quarterbacks scrambling, they get out, and they forget the vision to look up and say, well, I've got some real estate to run here. He recognized it there.
I love that observation because normally they get out of the pocket and they're thinking, how do I find someone open to throw it to?
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there, and he's been good. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Beverly dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyler Conklin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly, flush to his right. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Touchdown. Hunter Renfro. 65 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is
their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been throwing to start the drive. Beverly flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught at the 10. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Off play action. Beverly, he'll buy some time right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their mobile quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime.
that score that they just gave up there. That's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback.
And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Beverly dances by him and past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Beverly sliding out of the pocket. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now to throw on 2nd down. Beverly. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Beverly. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Beverly. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyler Conklin with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly, he's going to let it go again. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively, nearly had the interception, but it's 2nd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And it fights him off. Escaping the pressure right.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And Detroit getting set to go now. Throwing after the interception. Beverly, he's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley, 48 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. On first down, Beverly eluding the pressure right. Right side to Williams. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Throwing on first down. Beverly, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. On 1st and 10, Beverly flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 1st down, Beverly. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Lions, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game and you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He connected on his first pass of the game for a long touchdown, so we'll see what else he's got up his sleeve as they start 1st and 10 again. Off the play fake. Beverly steps away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
To throw on 3rd down. Beverly, he's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Lions offense set to take over. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly, he's going to let one fly for Tate. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
A leap in. He's got it. He got it. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly. A little juke. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Looking to throw. Beverly. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Lions have moved out in front.
He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. So out now come the Lions.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But
Off-play action. Beverly.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to...
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Throwing to start the drive. Beverly.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
Touchdown! Hunter Renfro, 52 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more.
Off the play fake. Beverly
lets this go for Renfro downfield.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Back to Renfro again, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And it's caught.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Steps away to his left. Gets by him at the 25. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Tyler Conklin from 13 yards out.
And the Lions are able to add on to their first-half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd already in this first half, as he'll try again with a 1st down. Off play action. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Touchdown! Hunter Renfro with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Off the play fake. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter. So their lead is diminished a little bit here after he threw the interception. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. James Mitchell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Beverly, they'll roll him out right. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
To throw on second down. Beverly. And he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So here come the Lions now. Following the fumble recovery, Beverly. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Throwing after the interception. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now a second timeout called for by the defense.
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Escaping the pressure right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass.
The Lions offense set to take over. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining. Off play action. Beverly rolling to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Detroit, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
Whoa, what's going on here? We having some sort of surprise party or something?
No surprise here. Welcome to the 99 Club, baby!
Oh, what? No way!
As of today, you're not just one of the best in the league. You're one of the best in Madden.
You hear that? One of the best in Madden, period. All right, what we got here? Man, I grew up playing Madden. Oh, snap. Okay. Man, here, let me grab a picture of these together. Yeah, let's go. See this? This is what hard work is. This is hard work right here. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. On 1st and 10, Beverly eluding the pressure right. Nifty footwork at the 45. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Beverly. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Beverly. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Touchdown, Detroit. James Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's throwing. Off play action. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even. But it's 2nd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And, Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation here, and actually you didn't.
So out now come the Lions. On 1st down, Beverly flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get it.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. And he's connected on a couple of touchdown passes so far, but did have the interception on the previous drive as they begin here again with a 1st down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember Coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. And it's been feast or famine.
Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. The open man here, Renfro. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Off the play fake. Beverly, he'll buy some time right. Got his man. It's Williams. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Saquon Barkley. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So they brought the extra bulk in down. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Back to throw. Beverly being chased out left. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Beverly forced out to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Beverly. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Touchdown, Detroit. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. You and I have seen some great catches throughout our days calling these games. A spectacular grab. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. On 1st and 10, Beverly throws out left. It's caught by Williams. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And they're going to speed things up here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly. And they'll get this down to the 10. On 1st down, Beverly. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And in for the Lions touchdown. Hunter Renfro from 10 yards out. And the Lions use the short field to get in for 6. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great...
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. That's caught at the 2. And he is going to lose yardage here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Saquon Barkley, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a...
So here come the Lions now. Been a very strong performance from them, really on both sides. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly buying time to his left. Ooh, with a juke. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Dancing to his left. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this when he's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
And now this offense comes back out on the field.
To throw from his end zone, Beverly. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon can...
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Throwing on 1st down, Beverly.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Beverly steps away to his left. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Beverly being chased out left. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before.
The Lions offense set to take over.
They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Lions,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.